I'm Brandon.
I'm Madison.
We've been going to Friends Orange for 3 years.
A friend might have recommended Friends. And so, we just went one Sunday, checked it out, and I think just instantly felt like, oh my gosh, Lord, like this was exactly what we had been praying for and hoping for. And we're met with so much this like welcoming presence and just feeling known. And like, I remember the next week we came back like Jonathan was the one we'd met. He like remembered our names and I was like, oh my gosh, like he remembered us and like wants to get to know us. So it was just like really special to know like this is somewhere we could call home and get involved in and be known. And
they were offering Rooted. And so we jumped into Rooted. We're like, hey, let's get involved here. Right away, everybody wanted to get to know us, wanted to know our story, really cared about us, checked in with us. I guess the best way to put it would just be like it felt like home. Like it just felt like this is where we're supposed to be. We just jumped right into serving. We just felt like that was the next step for us. I think the staff right away, being able to have a relationship with every single one of them, like, and just them caring so much about us and like being so intentional and just like reaching out to us, we just knew that it was special.
We got invited to the Imagine dinner, where I think was really special for both of us was just seeing the journey of Friends Church Orange and where they started and just the various buildings and moves they made and seeing pictures and just hearing the faith Kyle and Holiday have.
The building they have now is beautiful, but just to have a place that is their own is really special. So giving for me, I've always felt like I've had more than enough. And what the verses that I think really stick out to me in my mind are in Malachi 3. It's the only place in the Bible that the Lord says, test me. Malachi 3:11, he's saying, test me and I'll open up the heavens. He loves a cheerful giver. And there's not really a number that gets put on that, but he just wants us to give what we have to those who need it a little bit more.
I know right off the bat when they presented this Imagine campaign and just kind of challenged us to pray about it and think about what would be us generously giving. A number popped into my head immediately and I worked it down a little bit and I just was kind of wrestling in my head independently with the Lord and just being like, how about this? Like, I think that sounds pretty good and still generous. Just because the number he immediately put, I was like, that's uncomfortable. We talked about it and prayed about it individually, wrestled with what we felt called to individually, and then I think just came to the realization that there was no reason for us to doubt that he wouldn't continue to provide more than we need. And so we kind of just stepped into that, and it's been a good challenge of faith. I think one of the sacrifices with faithfully giving to this campaign and stepping out uncomfortably will be our goal and ambition of buying and owning a house one day. So it just seems for the time being, that's just gonna kind of be on the back burner, and the money that we would have been putting aside for savings and a down payment are just gonna be going towards this campaign. What I would say to somebody who's wrestling with the idea of contributing to this campaign is to just know whatever you're able to give is important and it's valuable and it'll be used. And just knowing that the Lord loves a cheerful giver and uses everything and can multiply it.
I think just step into what the Lord has and he's going to continue to provide. It's crazy how it works out, but we just have faith and just know that the Lord's going to move, and we're just so excited to see what he does.